This week, there has been a lot of talk about Manchester City, more specifically about Pep Guardiola, and his almost reach out towards the Manchester City fans, saying that he invites more Manchester City fans to come to the stadium. Now, of course, this isn't the first time you've heard of people bantering Man City for the fans, or for stadiums, or the Etihad, or whatever you imagine. But there has been a lot of talk about City this week, and it reminds me that not many people really like them. Why is there this almost deep-rooted rejection of Manchester City? I ask you guys, and let's get into the problem with Manchester City. But first, are you in a search for a football news app? Well, I've got you sorted, lad. This video has been kindly sponsored by OneFootball, your local neighborhood football app. For all the latest transfer news or any news happening with your football club, this is the app for you on iOS or Android for absolutely free. The link is at the top of the description. Live score updates, live lineups, live league table, live everything just for you. It's nice and easy to read, and it's even got dark mode, which I know how much you like dark mode. If this tickles your fancy, then I'll leave a link at top of the description just for you. Let me know down below if you downloaded it, and let's get straight into the video. After Manchester City demolished RB Leipzig in an incredible 6-3 win in the Champions League first group stage round, Pep Guardiola in a post-match interview said this, and I quote, "I would like more people to come in the next game on Saturday. We will need the people next Saturday, please, because we will be tired. I invite all our people to come next Saturday, 3 p.m, and watch the game." For context, there were 38,000 fans inside the stadium for that match against RB Leipzig, when the maximum capacity of the Etihad Stadium is 55,000 people. So in essence, that's 17,000 empty seats, and also 14,000 empty seats to what they've previously had that same season against the likes of Arsenal. Of course, this is not the first time that City fans have been bantered over their fan base or lack of fans inside stadiums. However, it must really annoy them when they've got their own manager almost banter them as well, saying come to the game. He's almost begging them, and we're in a situation that even City fans are almost down talking to Pep Guardiola, saying stick to coaching. I don't know, mate. I don't know about that. Of course, this isn't the main part of this video. However, this has stemmed a lot of anger towards Man City that I've seen in the last couple of days online, on Twitter, on YouTube, everywhere. And it made me think, why do so many people hate City? Now, I'll give my own personal opinion about why I feel detached with Man City compared to how I would feel about a Liverpool or Manchester United. That's because I don't feel the same kind of annoyance that when City wins a trophy, if it's the Carabao Cup, if it's the Premier League, if it's FA Cup, I don't feel the same as when Manchester United wins it. And maybe it was because purely that I wasn't raised with Man City, watching them week in, week out win things, unlike what I did with Man United or with a Chelsea or with an Arsenal. I wasn't raised with that. To almost have like a foreign team, it feels like, just kind of come into the limelight and just be the dominant force for many years. It doesn't feel like something familiar to me. And that's just on my pure perspective. Of course, if you are indeed a City fan, you won't give a and you shouldn't. The number one thing that every single City hater says about City is the fact that they got oil money and the fact that they've got no history, when historically they're still a pretty good team. They spent a large majority of their entire history in the top flight. Yes, they were in the Championship back in like what, 01, but they spent a large chunk of their history in the top flight of English football. Before oil money, so basically pre-08, they won 2 Premier Leagues, they won 2 FA Cups, 2 League Cups, and even a European trophy in the European Cup Winners' Cup. People are acting as if someone took like Cheltenham Town and then set them into being a Premier League giant. It's not the same thing. Pre-oil money, I guess City was seen in the same light as like a Sheffield United, Blackburn Rovers, Wolverhampton Wanderers, like a decent sized club in England. So this entire no history, I kind of find it a bit bollocks, because everyone thinks that you could only be a big club because of time. And yes, time does indeed help, but big club is defined by however you want to define it to suit your own agenda. If I define big club by having 50 plus years of history, then I guess City aren't a big club. But if you define big club as having the best players in the world wanting to go there, then they are a big club. Depends completely by how you define it, and that's just based on what your standpoint is. Are you a Man U fan, a Liverpool fan? Therefore, you probably think they're a small club. If you're like anyone else but a top 6 fan, you see them as a big club. The entire oil money thing about how they got successful over oil money, people give them shit. But for some reason, people don't give Chelsea the same shit. I find that weird that people have this very, like, raw feeling about Man City that they just despise them. I hate oil money. But yet, they don't give Chelsea the same stick for it, it feels like. I never hear anyone give Chelsea anywhere near the same amount of shit as what City fans do. And they're literally only, what, 5 years apart from when they were bought out? But Abramovich bought out Chelsea. Chelsea and City were very similar. Chelsea were probably a little bit bigger, but not by much. Chelsea won the Premier League once before Abramovich, less times than Burnley. We won it 2 times. They won FA Cup 3 times and League Cup 2 times, and they won 2 European trophies, also the Super Cup as well, so technically 3. There's not much in it, like 2 or 3 trophies apart. That's really not much in the grand scheme of history. So why do people not give Chelsea the same amount of as they do with City? And the real reason is jealousy. When I was born in 98, I was raised watching Chelsea and Drogba and Lampard and the Jose Mourinho era and John Terry winning things, so I didn't think about anything else different. Let's be real, the main reason why people hate City so much is because of jealousy. Jealousy is the only real reason why people hate City, because just in comparison, since 2013, so since Sir Alex Ferguson left, Man City and United have spent over $1 billion on players. How come people always seem to look down on City? Because they've actually won. United haven't. People don't look down on it because they don't win anything to actually be looked down on. And the other side is that people say, oh yeah, but it's Man United, they deserve to. They should. They've got this much money. They've got this much history. Sadly, in the new era of football, you can't get anywhere without money. It's just how it is. So to look down on a club for money, for me, is stupid, because every single club spends money. Every single successful club spends money, other than the one freak achievement such as Leicester winning the Premier League. You may say that Leicester has become a good club now, and they've not spent much money, but when you remember that the net worth of the owners of Leicester is $3.7 billion, then it doesn't feel like the same love story, does it? Yes, they've not spent that much money compared to other clubs in recent years, and they are a fantastic, well-worked club, and I rate Leicester. I think they've done everything right, but you still need money to get somewhere. So yeah, so when City wins Premier League, or if they win a Champions League, I wouldn't care anywhere near as much to if Liverpool or Man United or Chelsea or even Arsenal wins a Premier League or Champions League, because to me it does feel like more, because I'm raised with those clubs and I'm familiar with those clubs. That's just on me. I'm not going to call City a club. To be fair, City away fans are probably one of the best away fans I've seen at turf, to be fair. That's just my general thoughts about City, because I've been seeing a lot of stick about them, and I just felt like talking about it, really. Tell me your thoughts down below in the comments. Make sure to subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time for another video. Peace out.